Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon I wish to our lecturer and my fellow friends. Today we from Group 9 of Strategic Management course under the UNIZA Accounting Degree Program. We are going to present about the case study under Armour. The name of our case study is involving company under Armour. So I would like to present myself. Next. My name is Ahmad Saufi bin M. Razali and my matrix number 051376. Next.
My name is Wan Ani Amirul bin Wan Azman. My number matric is 050840.
I'm Muhammad Haim bin Azmi with matric number 049632.
My name is Muhammad Nazri bin Muhammad Husaini, matric number 050610.
And me, my name is Ahmad Amir Hanafi bin Fairuz. My matric number 051365. So, Under Armour was established on September 25, 1996 by Kevin Plank, a 24 years old former University of Maryland football special teams captain. Plank launched his business in the basement of his grandmother's home in Washington, United States. He spent his time going up and down the East Coast in his car strung with nothing but clothing. His first team sale occurred at the end of 1996 when he sold it for $17,000. Plank moved to Baltimore from his grandmother's basement. Following several relocations within the city, he established his current office in Tide Point. Next. So Under Armour is a leading manufacturer of advanced sportswear and casual gear, as well as the inventor of performance apparel. Kevin Plank launched KP Sports by using humidity wicking polyester materials to make activities more comfortable. About 15 years later, KP Sports changed their name to Under Armour, trademarked in its name and was made public. So this case study will assess Under Armour's internal and external environments, as well as its strategic orientation, and will make strategy recommendations along with a framework for implementation. So next, I will pass to my group mates for the next presentation.
Okay, for the literature review, quarterly results may also vary due to a variety. The result of any one quarter of the year are not always indicate of the outcomes to be expected for any others quarter of year. The government stock is publicly traded and various securities analysts closely monitor our financial performance as well as their projections for future performance. We assess the validity of management revenue estimate by comparing them to: first is historical revenue growth rates. Per company historical revenue growth rates, management and the board of directors receive internal message. Forecasted data is featured in company news announcement as well as analysis and industry publications, and macroeconomic trends that are expected. For the strategy is, first is perform an annual talent and succession assessment with our CEO and board of directors, build a learning and development culture, recruit and retain employees, strive to position total direct remuneration within a competitive range of the market, mediation with distinction based on tenure, skill, competence, and performance. Provide a compelling market competitive and performance-based employee value package, and continue to place a premium on personal development and training. For the sourcing is, our objective is to keep our third-party manufacturing base flexible, geographically diverse, and cost-effective. For the development, recent developments such as US tax reform, the European Commission's investigation of local country tax authority rulings, and whether those rulings comply with European Union rules on state aid and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development project on base erosion and profit sharing. For the review of fourth quarter for 2019, the revenue up 4% to $1.4 billion, up 4% currency neutral. The gross margin increased 230 basis points to 47.3% compared to the prior year, driven primarily by pricing. Cash and equivalent increased 41% to 788 million, and the operating income was $74 million. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, IE, for the presentation. Next, now I want to explain, tell a bit about the key performance indicator from the report. We can say that the prior year, 2019, the financial highlight for the full year of 2019 as compared to the prior year period include: first, the net revenues increased by 1%. Second, the wholesale revenues increased 1% and direct to consumer revenues were flat. Third, the apparel revenue was flat, and meanwhile, the footwear revenue increased by 2% and accessories revenue decreased by 1%. Some of it, next, the revenue in our in the Under Armour North America segment is declining a bit by 2%. The revenue in Asia Pacific market, EMEA and Latin America segments grew 14%, 5%, and 3% respectively, with 30% growth. Next. So next is some of the overview of the Under Armour stock performance graph. The stock performance graph, as we can see below, it compares the cumulative total return on Under Armour Incorporation Class A common stock to the cumulative total return of the S&P 500 index and S&P 500 apparel, accessories, and luxury goods index from December 31st, 2014 through December 31st, 2019. You can see from the graph is assumes that an initial investment of £100 million under $100 million in Under Armour and each index as of December 31st, 2014, and reinvestment of any dividends. Then we can see that the performance shown on the graph below is not intended to forecast or to be indicative of possible future performance of our common stock, but we can see that the performance of the investment of the stock is gradually increasing in Under Armour. So you can see a graph. Next, I would like to hand to my friend for the next slide.
Okay, thank you, Sophie. Okay, we look at analysis ratio. As we can see that the performance and accessibility of a firm, a project, a budget, or other financial transaction are determined by the evaluation process. A current ratio of more than 1.0 shows that the UA's debts due in a year or more exceeds its asset. The UA have lower the debts to asset ratio and the safer the business. The UA shows that the slow sale on its inventory. As we can see, the current ratio is 1.9%. Inventory turnover is on 116 days. Gross profit margin is 4.6 46.9%. Debt to asset is 0.56%. Okay, next. Okay, for the SWOT analysis is we identify the strength of UA is Under Armour business model. It can claim to be model. It can the world largest fitness business by developing its fitness applications. The weakness of UA is Under Armour competitors. They offer their goods at high rates, which push many prospective customers away. The opportunities of UA is the fits culture. They may expand their products range and reach deeper into other sports. The tree is no longer specific product have been made. Their key properties in sweat resistant t-shirt are no longer limited only to these brands. Okay, next. So, there are analysis of opportunities, which is F4, political, technological, environmental competitors. So the political is low cost import loss in China may assist UA in its production of US product. Next, technological is can calculate a runner's performance and impact area. Environmental UA have based on weather conditions. Competitor is UA use sport interest in Japanese and Korean customers preference. Okay, next. So the analysis of trade is political, which is increased wage regulations.
Legislation.
Technological is competitor creates clothes and footwear with more advanced technologies. Environmental, which is competitor utilize the websites. And finally is competitor competing brand star is spokesman employs green own stars. Okay, I will pass to another members.
Thanks to our previous presenter, Anik. Based on all what have been explained just now, I will continue with the last part, which is what our finding, and at the same time providing recommendation for the future of Under Armour performance itself. Basically, our finding was based on the quantitative strategic planning metric, which is QSPM, which according to our strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. Firstly, for the first recommendation, we propose that Under Armour to expand their marketing worldwide, which is we need to build more new store and provide the owner with a license in order to assist them in running the store smoothly. By opening a new branch in more country, it will getting us to touch with more people or basically the user of our brand. So it will improve more on our performance and getting more awareness, engagement and consideration to compete with our competitors. Next recommendation is the protection of our brand. As we all concerned that now many highly recommended brand was everywhere, such as Puma, Nike, Adidas, and many else. All of them will compete with Under Armour in a same
Nike.
industry, which is sport facilities and attire. So it's important to take seriously in the authentication of US brand in order to maintain the business. The lastly, the important thing, especially due to our situation right now, the e-commerce application system. In the new modern era, there are many ways to approach every users like in Shopee, Lazada and many else. So we in Under Armour already apply the usage of e-commerce, which can approach directly to our customers. By improving the system, it will give a better experience to our customer and user around the world. So that's all from me. I will pass to Amri for the conclusion. Thank you.
Okay, so as for the conclusion, the internet analysis shows that the Under Armour possess both strengths and weaknesses in terms of structure, competition and resources, but they still have a long way to go before they can fully compete with Nike and Adidas. Under Armour's primary competitive advantage are their innovations, cheap manufacturing costs, brand loyalty, and high quality apparel. Under Armour must survive until they collect the same resources, experience, and recognition as its larger competitors. Under Armour's principal weaknesses are a lack of foreign market share, a limited product line in comparison to competitors, a small number of distributors, and a lack of female market share. Under Armour needs to focus on the weaknesses identified in the internet analysis in order to remain competitive and profitable in the long run. So that's all from us. Thank you for watching.